Hold on.
No, 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 no. Yeah, like multiple announcements. We'll delve into
Oh,
the next.
sounds fantastic. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. We do have the one and only Brendon Scott here with us today. Just gonna make sure I can. Yeah, that's it. So we do have Brendon here. Brendon, my boy. We've got him on to have a little chit chat. Obviously, sunny day, DJ Pleasure, many other monikers. I'm sure he goes by, but doesn't tell us.
We save those ones.
Yeah. So what you're gonna want to do is just get nice and close to.
We save those ones for the bedroom.
Maybe we'll even move that closer so you can lean back in your.
Perfect. Much more relaxing.
Is that? I'm gonna move it up a bit for you.
Thanks, mate.
How good's that? Now use your power there.
I think I could get a fan as well. Is that sweet?
Can you do that up? Like, yeah, because. Yeah, nice. All right, guys. Well, obviously got Brendon on the show today. Thank you very much for coming on, dude.
Jack, thanks for having me.
Nah, mate. Honestly, we've played together heaps.
Yeah.
You know, we've been around the track, and I just thought, what better way to bring someone on that's not only used to be a part of Together Agency, where I work for, but also runs plenty of events around the Gold Coast that a lot of people do go to. Plus your own stuff with Sunny Day and the upcoming vibe of what I'm really excited about, Mr. DJ Pleasure.
Well, actually, yes. First of all, thanks for inviting me. I think it's a really sick concept that Jack's running here. Just like talking musical roots, where we came from, what we love most about the industry, and yeah, just appreciating music in general. I think it's a really sick concept. So when Jack invited me to come on, I was honestly frothing and like spent the afternoon this afternoon just like frothing out on some old beats and some new beats, and yeah, here we are. But alluding to what Jack was saying, actually, yeah, DJ Pleasure's a little moniker that I've had going on in the background, I guess, over the past few months, and just been working on, I guess, more from a production standpoint than anything.
Yeah.
I think it's a sound that I want to really release under moving forward. But like, you know, where my focus is all at right now is absolutely Sunny Day. With
Yeah,
Noah,
boy.
sure.
Nah, that's sick, man. So obviously, the name of the show is The Music That Made You.
Yeah.
Not so much about the music you're playing now, but still a bit of that. But it's mainly, you know, the stuff that made you want to become a DJ, made you want to be involved with music. I know me personally, I've found myself looking at those reasons lately with everything that's going on. And I thought that people would probably be interested in other DJs and artists as well. So, man, to kick it off, what's your first memory? What's your first memory of music?
That's a bit of a tough one. Like, that's such a tough one.
Heavy.
I feel like I don't have that many super early memories, let alone with music. However, I do have one really, or quite early on, probably about the age 6 or 7, where I was at my grandparents' house for, I think it was my birthday dinner. And now my grandfather is a really incredible musician, a violinist that has represented the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra, the Sydney Symphony Orchestra, you know, led tours through the US, through the UK and stuff like that. Yeah. Anyways, we were at my grandparents' house for a dinner one evening, and my dad said to my grandpa, "Why don't you pull the violin out?" And I'd never heard my grandfather play, and I don't think, you know, like,
was your grandfather quite reserved? Like,
super reserved, hates getting it out, and like hates showing his stuff, hates being proud of himself. Yeah. But he's absolutely incredible, and he's going on 93 this year.
Wow.
So yeah, that was...
Shout out, Mr. Scott.
Yeah.
That's sick.
But yeah, that was a lot of years ago now, and I just remember him pulling out the violin and just fucking ripping it.
Oh, really?
Just like...
just like the movie Titanic, Lower Decks, like... like the whole family.
Much, that's like rad, old man's fingers just running absolutely rampant.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was sweet.
That's sick,
and
dude.
we probably caught like, I reckon, 30 seconds of it before he put it away. Yeah. And that has just like, that's like a memory that's just been stuck with me since.
That's sick, bro. That's always gonna stay with you, which is like, that's radical, dude. Now,
yeah.
What's the first type of music you remember? You know, do you have any songs that you brought in today or anything like that?
Kind of. So I think the first music that I ever like really got into was a lot of rock and roll, AC/DC, Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
That was the first stuff that I was into. Funnily enough, the first album I ever got given was from my mum for Christmas one year, and that was Men at Work's At Play. Is it At Play? Or something like that. Men at Work's yeah, Men at Work's album that obviously features Down Under.
Yeah.
And that's like forever just been one of my favorite tracks.
And if you don't know the song, you're not Australian.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's fair. So your mum bought you your first album, Men at Work.
Yeah.
Now, funny story, my first single that was bought for me from my family was Mumbo Number 5.
Saucy one. I can see that on you.
I just love how yours has context. You know, it's like, yeah, Men at Work, mine. Oh, you might like Mumbo Number 5.
It's a bit of context to it. Maybe someone knew that one day you'd have girlfriends around the world.
That's for you, Alison. No jokes. So man, that's a crack up now.
But sorry, I wanted to drop in there. Actually,
Yeah.
It's funny now because that's done a little bit of a full circle now, where I feel like my production's at the point where I've been able to start to fuck with things that I used to really love.
Yeah, cool.
So just the other day, I started working on a little Down Under edit. Probably only spent a couple hours on it, but we might as well give it a little listen right
exclusive! Oh, this is fantastic.
Literally, it's such a work in progress.
Yeah.
But here we go.
This is so right now we're gonna hear a little exclusive little DJ Pleasure rework of Men at Work. This is so good. I'm so happy. This is very unexpected. I'm happy about every moment of it. Oh. All right. You just let me know, man, when we're going to bundle it through and we'll go from there.
I'm just setting the cheat. Sorry, just setting a little loop there to build some tension for you.
How's this a live mix in the mix here?
And that's a little sample for you, but yeah.
Oh, bro, that was Land Down Under, little DJ Pleasure refix, eh?
Exactly, mate. So yeah, I probably spent a hot minute on that the other day.
Yeah.
And it's funny, yeah, because we've been talking about like the roots of music, and I've been thinking so much about my favorite songs across the years, and that's definitely one that just smacks me right in the face.
Yeah.
Off that early album. And yeah, I just heard it a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, do something. So here we are.
So there you go, a bit of Men at Work, Land Down Under.
Yep.
Mate, you've definitely caught me here. Like, this is like, you know, last week I was sitting here and, you know, I was bringing up some old songs, and then you've just come in and just pop. Oh, mate, that's so good. Now, dude,
bit to come on that one, I think.
Now, when you were growing up and stuff, dude, do you have any songs that you can really remember, like high school, you know, maybe graduation, songs that you kind of like?
Oh, mate, stop it.
Yeah, like ones you hate, like ones
you hate.
No, but ones you hear now and you're like, maybe I was emo, or like,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, maybe not as you're thinking it. Like, okay, so I grew up in I did grow up in Melbourne until the age of 20, and like, me and my friends were into some pretty dark Melbourne minimal, as we called it back then. Now a lot of people call it Melbourne bounce.
So like Rats, Platform 1, like where was
absolutely, dude. Like Rats, 100% $5 night, Cloud 9, get me in there.
hard.
Where else? Like Tramp, my mate Jared. Don't know if Jared's listening right now, but
shout out Jared.
Shout out to Jared. He's a massive Tramp fan, still is. Paramedic, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you might find him at Tramp.
Really? And then on to Revs?
And then, on to Revs from there. So, those are the Melbourne days. But back onto your question, bit of emo music. I guess the music we were listening to around the age of 18 and throughout the later parts of high school, pretty dark, eh? Like, just pretty dark.
Bro, mine was like Story of the Year and stuff, like Under Oath, Story of the Year, like Screamo.
Definitely none of that. I've always been like a bit of a house and tech fiend. So
also like deep dark.
Like just more on that sort of stuff. Should we listen to a little something?
Mate, if you got a beat, we got an audience. So we're just talking about those songs, you know, when you're a bit younger. Brendon's just showed me like a mad curveball, and he's just fucking coming in with this fire, deep, dark, melodic techno.
Well, yeah, kind of. This is like Melbourne Minimal, and this one's by Callous and Orchestrated, called Isabella Gets Jumped. It's a pretty dark one about a lady named Isabella.
And let me guess.
Getting jumped.
She gets jumped. All right then, bro. Let's give it a spin.
Yeah, I don't know, eh? We were going hard at that time, bro. Not like, definitely not hard on drugs and that sort of shit, but like, just, hard on that sort of vibe, hard on some music.
So like, that's you, 20 years old. discovered DJing yet, or still
Maybe
getting
like
into it?
between 16 to like 18 years old.
Wow, so you could almost say like, so how old are you now?
I'm 24 now, 25 in a couple months.
Yeah, sweet. So almost now you look at young kids coming up, 18-year-olds, hardstyle. Do you feel like maybe back then that was your kind of hardstyle? Like that was your underground sounds?
Yeah, for sure. Like I don't think we were into like the super typical sort of music.
Yeah.
Well, at the same time, I was listening to some commercial house and all that sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, from the age of 18, I was always into like a pretty like dirty sort of club environment, I guess. So that was the sort of sound that I was chasing and sort of vibe that I was after.
Yeah.
And like even before then, man, just like being around Melbourne at that point in time, I remember at school, kids setting up the decks at lunchtime and playing some really really heavy, like essentially, techno, deep, like
Bro.
dark sorts of stuff. So yeah, that was, I don't know, it was just a different time for I think music in Melbourne, where it was like, yeah, it was doing that sort of stuff and people were absolutely loving it. But the scene was kind of really banging around 2013 when like Will Sparks started going berserk.
Yeah.
But even his music used to be not so like 18-year-old.
I remember when I lived down in Melbourne, bro, when Will Sparks had just got to like peak Will Sparks. And he was playing 4 or 5 different venues on a Friday, Saturday night just in Melbourne.
Yeah.
He'd play in like South Melbourne, then he'd go into the city, then he'd go up to Fitzroy, the next thing he'd be out at St Kilda.
Yeah.
Like it was something that, and everyone was full.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's just crazy to think that one artist can have that much pull in a town.
Yeah, that's it. And like that, and I was one of those ones that was jumping around singing, and like a few other artists like Short Round Orchestrated and Callus, who made that track, Isabella.
Yeah.
They were two of my biggest influences early on with music. Well,
really?
Sorry, not super early on, but around that 18 years mark.
Yeah.
I loved like their take on like what Melbourne sound was at that point in time, I guess.
Big fan.
I was, yeah, definitely.
Big fan.
Definitely.
Now, obviously, let's stay away from DJ Pleasure at the moment and your earlier influences. Sunny Day, right? You and the big boy Noah, Big No, obviously causing some waves, shaking some babes.
He gives it a crack, doesn't he?
Now, do you have? It's opened up, right? Here you are, Sunny Day, bang, ready to rock and roll. What's your opening song? What do you open with? What's your?
Shit.
What do you? Do you have some fire there that you'd like to show what your influences are that kind of make you want to be better as Sunny Day?
Like if we want to talk influences for Sunny Day, I think the number one influence over us has just been Elsewhere, for sure.
Yep.
Elsewhere nightclub.
Yep.
And just so much good music that's played within there. To point
just
out,
put up for Club of the Year.
Yeah, absolutely. To point out one track in particular that I reckon has influenced our taste as Sunny Day just massively. That would have to be Lapsley's Operator, DJ Cozy edit.
For those that don't know the song
right now,
for those that don't know the song, mate, it is an absolute banger. It's a bit slower. It's got a lovely old, I want to say like a 70s, 80s vocal, a female voice, and it's just got this sample of a phone ringing, and just the old, she never calls me. Operator, and it's just bangs. So it's a bit of a slow groove. I feel like it's a song you can dance to without any assistance.
Yeah, man.
It's just a groove. You can play it on a Sunday.
It's just a genuinely really quality new disco track. Yeah. And I think it's just got so many memorable dance floor moments attached to it for me. Yeah. And definitely the disco track that got me, and I think Noah likely into disco as well. Like we just started vibing it so hard.
feel myself as well. It's one of the few songs that you can open a set with and close one. And that's very hard.
100%.
Like, anyway, guys, Operator, banger. Oh, guys, now tell me that isn't baby making music on a dance floor or in the afternoon anywhere. That's just fire. Now, let's see who's up. Dance Star. Oh, DT, bro. We've got bro, any requests, bro, out there in
Who have we got there?
Just my mate DT signing in.
Hey DT, how are you, mate?
Right now, the juicy stuff. Mr. Brendon.
Yes, Mr. Shitshirt.
Now, we've played up,
Oh, a little bit. Oh.
Now, my question for you is, my dude, what is the most memorable gig you've played as Sunny Day? And on top of that, what's the most wildest thing you think you guys have got up to during a gig, after a gig, that's really stuck with you?
Oh shit. There's just been so many times, to narrow
Yeah.
it down to one would be extremely
Yeah.
difficult. But
That's okay. Well, let's talk about
what was the first question?
your
First of
favorite
all?
gig. What's the best
Best gig
show
we've
you guys
played?
have put on? Because me personally, for you guys, I think of the back-to-back you did with Dari at Splendor.
Oh yeah, that was
You guys left
such
just
a great one.
you guys left everything there. You decided that you weren't going to try and be crazy.
Yeah.
You just play what the crowd wanted. Everyone lost it.
Yeah.
There was a moment with the "I Want to Dance with Somebody" remix that I think the whole Smirnoff tent lifted.
Yeah, 100%.
I know I
no one
did.
dropped that one. That was honestly such a moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, that set definitely sticks out as easily one of the most memorable sets for sure. But it also just depends.
shout out to Ollie. Mod.
Yeah, dog. But it definitely depends what vibe, Like, I guess that set, like you said, we were just playing to the crowd and like just producing a really massive vibe, which was so much fun. Just boosting as much as we could, especially being at Splendor. And yeah, we were able to like just turn that place into such a huge atmosphere.
Yeah, it was
really
ridiculous. Quickly. It was honestly ridiculous.
It was on one, and with Dari as well. There was no one better to play that.
Shout out Bill Dari.
Yeah, Dari. And yeah, so by the end of that set, there's three of us standing up on speakers, just losing our absolutely losing our shit. So yeah, that was easily one of my favorite sets at all time. But then to throw it on the other end of the spectrum, Noah and I also love creating a real mood, I guess, and being able to control the vibe and control the flow and control the mood as much as possible as well. And you never get a better place to do that than you do at Elsewhere. Yeah. So we've only played a couple times at Elsewhere on prom nights, but both those sets have easily been like way up there for us.
So obviously, Cody booked you guys. Shout out Cody. Shout out to Elsewhere, going through tough times, as he's everywhere at the moment, sadly. So I obviously played with you guys the first time you played there. You played after me, kept it chill. But the Halloween prom night, you guys played at that one, right?
Yes, we did.
And that's when you guys took it up, I felt. Because when I watched
musically?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you didn't open, you were like, you were a bit more later in the night and you went pretty deep.
Yeah, exactly. So we got to play we got to play some tunes that we otherwise like often don't get the chance to play it.
Anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Anywhere, really. But I guess on top of that also, I reckon my favourite bookings have also come from the Camp Paprika guys. So shout out to Jagan and Brendon, 100%. Those guys have become just like such a events force and such a musical force here on the Goldie. And to get a booking from those boys is a dream come true, honestly. So you're just going to be playing to an audience of people who really know and love their music and who are just really there to enjoy it. So yeah, I've played for them a couple of times. I don't know, a couple of times, and then obviously like I'm just really good mates with those guys. So like we get to play together a bunch, and it's just always
I think
a pleasure.
One thing I've noticed from the outside looking in for the Paprika boys, it's not just about the show. It's about definitely the journey, the setting, the work they put into their stage presence, and like the whole. Like they're working on what the stage is going to look like for weeks and weeks before designing it. They're putting up pictures of, them painting things, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it. Like for those guys, it's all about the experience and creating an environment, which I absolutely love. Being from, from the event side of things myself and having worked with together for the last couple of years and run several other events before that as well. It's just something that I really appreciate is going the extra mile on sound, lights, stage design, and just making it a genuinely really fostering environment. For me is one of the most important things like about house music and just about music and life in general.
Definitely. Like if you're going to do it, you got to do it properly. And I think, like you said, Paprika boys do that very
really
well.
Do,
Elsewhere always seem to pull through. It's a lot easier, as lame as this sounds, it's a lot easier to do our job when everyone else is in line. And for them, it sounds like you don't really need to worry about that. You can just go out there and do your thing.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Being able to rock up to a gig and knowing that things are going to be as they need to be to produce the best possible vibe that you can. Not even just like as good as they should be, but like going the extra mile to make sure that everything's fucking on point.
Yeah,
Just an
definitely.
A-grade Atmos.
Yeah, dude, hard. Now, you did mention you have a few announcements, a few cheeky announcements. Should we wait till a bit later? Should we leave this as like a? Oh, all right, come on, leave it till later.
No. Let's discuss. Let's discuss the first one. The first one was just that. First announcement is me and Noah's marriage.
Moving close to that, those just so everyone can hear, mate.
Sorry, we might have missed that announcement, but Noah and I are going to get married.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
Now, is that legally so he can stay in the country?
Absolutely, 100%. What are you fucking talking about? No.
It's like that movie Chuck and Larry or whatever with Adam Sandler and that other Kevin Smith.
Our love is pure and genuine, and it would absolutely not be so that I could get a visa, a Hawaiian/US passport, and so that Noah can get an Australian passport. Definitely would not be because of that.
Wow, I am so jealous of you right now as someone that has actually looked into these things and getting passports and green cards. That is very, wow. There you go, hey.
So, anyways, just...
What's that just in? Border Patrol out the front looking for a van. Nah, that's sick, man. So,
long-term project, that one, but we'll keep that in the pipeline. And if you're listening, you're invited. So
to the wedding or?
Well, yeah, the wedding's a party, and the party's going to last a good while. So come and join the fun.
All right, so just in, Noah and Brendon are going to get married, and it's going to be called Sunny Gay from now on, like we discussed earlier, which is fantastic. Shout out to you, bro. That's sick. But on top of that, do you have any other information about?
So actually, Noah and I. Well, I don't know, just lately, Sunny Day's just been feeling good. I don't know, we've just been feeling really good about ourselves and
your brand.
Brand. Like, it's just, although we've got absolutely sweet fuck all gigs because of the old Rona, that's all right. Like, we've just really taken this as a time to just, like, ground ourselves, I guess. And I feel like, since we've been on essentially house arrest, we've been mixing so much. Me and Noah's music has come together heaps. The music that we're playing and just genuinely interested in has come together heaps, and now we're really on the same sound and vibe in what we're trying to put out, which is really cool. So the other day we sat down and we haven't really tried to write a song together in a good while. I think just because our production levels have been like at different points, motivation has been at different points. But the other day we just sat down and we just had like a hell productive session together, and just punched out a track together. And that's the first song that we finished together as a team. We're pretty happy with that, and really keen just to get the ball rolling on releasing, basically.
That's sick, dude. I think one thing that this whole pandemic has shown us that how quickly it can be taken away from us. It's we probably found out 2 weeks before the rest of the world that we were losing work and jobs and stuff. Obviously, everyone cutting down, and then now it's just affecting everyone. But one thing it's giving us a chance to do is really hone our skills, and which is something that looking at you guys, you haven't had the chance to do because you've been playing so much, and so often.
Absolutely,
Thursday to Sunday, Sundays 2 gigs, like it's not easy.
We just bloody love having a good time. So it's all the rest as well. Actually, we kind of skipped over that question that you were asking before.
But that's probably for the best. Me personally, I'll answer it for you. It's for the best.
Those who know us.
Those that are out there in TV land. Mr. Mood Modifier, I'm sure he's witnessed a bit of it. He knows what's going on. Now, my dude, what other kind of music have you brought with us today? I see you've bought.
Sorry, I was just mentioning that little track that we were working on.
Let's
listen to a little sample of it.
All right, guys. So what we're gonna have is we're gonna have a first. This is a first release. Hopefully soon to be released, soon to be signed. Sunny Day, little track. I'm actually really interested in this, so I'm just gonna turn this bad boy down. Bertos, where are the bevies this week, bro? Brendon's drinking. I'm still hungover from DT's effort last week. He had 7 vodkas in an hour, and it nearly killed me. No joke, Bertos. No joke. So anyway, guys, let's give this little one a go, and we'll see how we feel about it.
This one's called Wobby Bong.
Wobby Bong.
Turn her up there, mate.
All right, let's see how she goes. Thank you.
See what you guys think.
Sunny Day exclusive.
All right, that's all we get. It's still got a bit of work to do on it, so yeah, to be continued, and
Okay,
should be
go.
out real soon.
So just from someone for me that has been around you guys probably like a year, maybe a bit over a year, like going deep.
Loved,
That
loved every minute.
That just sounds like Sunny Day in a nutshell.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I'm glad you say that, because like I was saying before, we just honestly feel like our music's really coming together right now, like the sound that we're trying to put out and stuff. So I think that just kind of reflects that a lot as well.
Yeah, dude, 100%, man. That honestly, that reeks reeks of a bit of Sunny Day. That one. So, dude, a few more questions.
Please fire 'em away.
All right. If you had one song that you had to hear for the rest of your life on repeat, okay? And I'm not talking like it's loud or droning or like, "Rah!" like, but one song that constantly had to be repeated, what would it be?
Okay. It's obviously a house beat.
Mhm.
Be a nice little sexy house beat as well, because sexy. No, that's really tough, man.
It's a tough one, eh?
Do you want me to put something on, or
Bro, whatever. You can describe it, you can play it, you can vibe it, whatever you feel like.
All right, there's this actual one track that I feel like just has a really nice pace to it.
Yeah.
It's called The Player
Yeah.
by Andras, and it's released back in the 90s, I believe.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just got like a hell nice groove and pace to it.
Yeah, sick.
And I reckon that pace just...
Have you got it on you here?
I've got it on me
Mate,
here.
why don't you give it
I'll
a spin,
chuck
get
her
it
on.
up. Now, just letting everyone know, guys, that we've actually got a Spotify playlist that goes with every episode. We're going to have a giant playlist after all these episodes and have all the songs that every artist has brought on. So you can listen to all this stuff in full at a later date. Yeah, dude, let's give this little bad boy a spin here, eh?
Yeah, I was just saying to Jack then, I reckon you can do it all to that track. Cruise down the street, have a beer, make love, sleep.
Mate,
You can do it. That's
you,
a fucking groove.
Yeah.
That's honestly such a jam. Yeah.
Now, next little question. What is your most memorable gig that you have attended as a punter? Yeah. You know, an artist that you've seen and just gone,
Yeah. Such a tough one. I think I just have so many special moments, dude. I think like music for me comes in so many like individual special moments, I guess, and there's just been so many of them. So many different little club moments that I just really stop and take a second to myself and say, fuck yes, pretty much, or like this is like genuinely, this is the fucking shit, this is the best.
Yeah.
So I don't know, there's one of those moments almost every week, I reckon. But one that like really points out to me is just a moment that one Sammy Flesser and I had shared together.
Shout out Sammy.
Back at Lost Paradise 2017, and I think it was on this particular night. It wasn't bringing in the new year, but Rufus played Inner Bloom, and I was about like 10 out of 10 fuck day. Like just came out of a bit of a hole, but like managed to resurface with Sammy, and we heard Inner Bloom play, and I just have a bit of a glimpse being on someone's shoulders at that point in time, and that was just such a special moment to me, I guess. And then the following night as well, hearing Client Liaison bring in the new year. They played World of Our Love on the new year. On the countdown. That was extra special as well. Yeah. But I guess the point of what I was saying really is that it's got so many of those moments. And like I guess those two kind of stick their head above the rest. Just because of, in a way, the artist that I was seeing, Australian artists in Australia with one of my best mates, just like really loving it. But yeah, man, like those moments come all the time.
So straight up, Into Bloom, Rufus, Client Liaison, World of Our Love. Yeah. Now, I saw Rufus at Pineapple Festival like a few years ago, and it was wild. It was good, you know. You're like, sick. But I saw client liaison at Splendor 2 years ago, and this got brought up in last week's episode because they brought out Tina Turner,
Yeah.
and she sung a Teardrops medley, and far out, what was the other song she did? Sorrento Moon, bro. And she came out and they absolutely killed it. Like, just the whole client liaison vibe.
Yeah.
They always put on just a ridiculous show. Just ruin it. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even explain, dude. Like, just
those guys, talk about influences. Those guys have been a massive influence for me and for Noah and I as well.
Yeah.
Like seeing Monty from Client Liaison just up there, not giving a single fuck, just
Yeah.
absolutely ripping.
Yeah.
Says so much to me about music in this day and age.
Yeah.
Who you can be and what you can be, and just doing whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And I just draw so much vibes and so much inspiration from that right there. Plus, just playing the grooviest tracks.
And that's from everything. Hey, that's from stage presence. That's from what they do to the stage, the music, them dressing.
Outfit changes, bro. Like,
Yeah.
how many outfit changes in one show? That's just, and I don't know. Historically, that's been outfit changes is something seen as really feminine.
Yeah.
Like getting hell dressed up, showing yourself, the earrings,
Yeah.
all the rest is
Yeah.
something shown as really feminine. I don't know whether he's homosexual or not, but it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That's a vibe.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
that's such a vibe.
100%.
And like, Noah and I don't know. We're all about that shit.
You'd love to aspire to be that kind of vibe.
Love, love like just being whatever the fuck you feel at that point in time, and adding whatever extra on top of yourself.
Yeah.
Costumes, all the rest, just to feel that. Like,
well, you heard it here first, bro.
That energy.
You heard it here first. Sunny day, next client liaison. Here it is. What's that, man? Nothing wrong with a bit of Tina Turner. Tina Arena.
Tina Arena, yeah, no shit. How do we pick up on that?
Oh, bro, that is terrible. That is honestly awful. Now, obviously played at Splendor, sick. Played at a few festivals around the joint. What do you think the climate at the moment is going to do for festivals going forward? Like you said, you've enjoyed two amazing artists in Client Liaison and Rufus, both Australian. Me personally, I feel like a lot of these festivals are now going to be Australian influenced because the borders aren't going to open soon.
Okay.
Do you kind of feel that it might give a lot of the other Australian artists a bit more of a chance to be on that main stage?
Honestly, that's the first I've ever thought about.
Yeah.
That's the first I've had that thought proposed to me, and that's a really cool thought. I
Yeah.
like that. Maybe you're right. I guess it just really depends how long these ramifications last, and what the laws on festivals are as we kind of repeal all the legislation that's currently in place, I guess. But maybe you're right. Maybe like as event organizers, venues, etc., are trying to save money even and just bounce back. Maybe we will be looking at. Well, I think more to the point, like as we bounce back, just the industry is going to be a totally different place.
Oh, it's going to be unbelievable. Can you imagine the first weekend back, bro?
It's going to be mayhem. And that's from all different standpoints, from new artists, like all of a sudden right now, everyone's put on the same level. There's no venues. There's no nothing happening. Like, this is just like us.
This is us. We're all you got right now.
Yeah, exactly. This is the boys having a fucking yarn. We have the best you fucking got. So, yeah.
All 14 of you right now. Thank you for hanging around with us, guys. Seriously, you have no idea how much this means just to be able to turn it on and have people having a listen.
Agree with that.
Now, just back to the Australian artists, making more room for them. I saw an article today that I read about. It's pretty interesting. So obviously when you're quite a large artist, you make music, you release it, you tour. So right now, if you're a large artist, you can't tour. So why release music? Whereas if you're an up-and-coming artist, you can.
Yeah.
You can smash it out.
Yeah. And that's such a cool point that you just raised, because I think the point we're at right now is probably the most pure point in music we've been at for ever, almost ever. Like, we're revisiting times where music is not about money. Yeah. Because no one's touring. It's streaming. People are making fuck all money off streams these days. Yeah. So honestly, a lot of artists are putting out free downloads right now. A free download is simply for the love of music. Yeah. That's a DJ or an artist going, 100%. Here you go. I fucking love music. Enjoy this music with me. Yeah. And you're seeing that now more than ever. So right now, we're seeing just music for the sake of music, music for the sake of loving music. And it's like just such a pure time. Yeah. I've had friends around every day for a mix, just vibing, sending each other tracks. Yeah. So why release music? Because music. Yeah, that's it. And that's all it is right now. There's no other reason than that. Let's peel back all the bullshit and just fucking love it. Hard, dude. Yeah. Hard. Now back to the music. Do you have any more party starters here for us, man? You bought some records,
You know, you got any tunes you've brought along
100%.
that you want to show us? What records have you brought?
Actually, I want to. There's a little jam.
Yeah.
Shout out to a really good mate of mine. Very unlikely he's listening right now, but that's all right. Harris Kent. He was like honestly such a big musical influence in my life.
Yeah.
Harris and I were really close mates. One of my best mates early in high school, from the age of about 12, 13 onwards.
Yep.
And Harris just had such a taste in music and just such an aptitude for it from such a young age. So he introduced me to Ministry of Sound Beats. That sort of stuff at about the age of 13, 14. We were listening to Club's Guide 2009 to 08, 09, 2010. You know, that was when I was aged 13, 14.
Yeah. Annuals, clubs, guides, all that stuff. Yeah.
So like he and I used to sit back in art class and just like jam to some tunes together, get sweet fuck all work done, but just jam out to what I now look back on and really can see that was such like a big.
That's where it started.
Such a big influence. It really started then. So one little track called The Rusty Pig I'm going to put on now.
Yeah, lovely.
It's just a groovy little house beat that I've been jamming out to literally since I was like 13 years old.
Yeah, sick. I think one thing as well, dude, like sometimes you find that your biggest influences aren't artists. Yeah. You know, they're friends. Yeah. They're people that you know, people that show you music that you never thought you were into, or when you don't have brothers or sisters and things like that, you don't have a chance to learn from people, and it's kind of a free for all, really. You know.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's this bad boy called again?
One's called The Rusty Pig by Joe Will Ask.
Lovely. Let's give this a spin, hey?